Trump's latest move, a threat to the U.S. legal system? Are law firms being silenced?
Represented Trump's challengers in the past. Perkins Coie represented the 2016 Democratic presidential candidate.
Donald Trump has just signed a highly controversial executive order, one that could reshape the legal industry. Is this an attempt to tighten his grip on the judicial system? Some experts believe he's pressuring major law firms, discouraging them from taking on cases against him. Trump's executive order targets top law firms. This latest order appears to single out some of the largest legal firms in the U.S., with one firm in particular facing scrutiny simply for attending a meeting with Special Prosecutor Jack Smith, who is actively investigating Trump. Is this just another legal maneuver, or is the president sending a chilling message to attorneys nationwide? Legal analysts warn this isn't just a routine executive order. It's a calculated strategy to control the judiciary. Trump's real goal? To intimidate top law firms, making them hesitant to take on cases against him. If the biggest names in the legal profession can be pressured into silence, what does that mean for the integrity of the justice system? A growing fear in the legal community. A wave of silence has swept through law firms once willing to challenge Trump. Those who previously took him on are now hesitating, aware that standing against him could make them the next target. Prominent attorney Mark Elias has sounded the alarm, stating that Trump doesn't need to suppress every law firm, just a few key ones. The rest will fall in line out of fear. If this continues, who will be left to fight legal battles that challenge Trump's influence? But it's not just the legal profession facing this pressure. Media outlets critical of Trump have been hit with lawsuits. Corporations that opposed him have faced financial and political retaliation. Now, legal experts warn that the legal industry itself may be his next battleground. Undermining the legal system, a power play. Is this a broader attempt to weaken the judiciary? If major law firms refuse cases against Trump, if top attorneys are too afraid to challenge his administration, and if political pressure dictates who gets legal representation, then is the U.S. justice system still truly independent? Experts warn that if Trump succeeds in controlling the legal industry, the justice system could become a tool for personal power rather than a safeguard for the people. And once the legal system is compromised, who will protect the vulnerable? A fight for democracy. This isn't just a legal battle, it's a fight for democracy itself. The bigger question looms, is the U.S. judicial system under threat? Some believe this executive order is more than just a policy decision. It's a test of how much influence Trump can exert over the courts. If law firms cave under pressure, what comes next? Will judges face political intimidation to rule in Trump's favor? Will prosecutors hesitate to charge powerful figures? Will witnesses fear retaliation for testifying? The precedent set here could shake the very foundation of American democracy. History repeating itself? This isn't the first time Trump has tried to exert control over the legal system. We've seen this pattern before. Attacking the judiciary, branding judges who ruled against him as biased, pressuring the Department of Justice, pushing for investigations into his political opponents while shielding allies, targeting prosecutors, demanding cases against him be dismissed. Now the focus is on private law firms. If he can force them into submission, who will be next? While many law firms are stepping back, Mark Elias refuses to be intimidated, declaring, "We will not back down." His firm, Democracy Docket, continues to fight critical legal battles. They remain committed to defending election laws and challenging policies that threaten the integrity of the legal system. But this battle isn't just about one lawyer. The real question is, will other law firms stand with him, or will they stay silent to avoid becoming the next target? If Elias fights alone, can one law firm stand against a powerful political force? If the legal profession keeps retreating, the justice system loses its strongest defenders, and silence could permanently reshape the future of American law. Trump's legal power faces a Supreme Court challenge. At one time, Donald Trump wielded near-absolute power while in office. But a recent U.S. Supreme Court ruling has changed the landscape. For the first time in history, a ruling has gone against him, raising serious questions about the limits of presidential power and the future of the rule of law in America. But before we dive into the next phase of the video, share your thoughts on President Trump and his supremacy over the Supreme Court, and if he is overstepping his bounds as a president of a nation. Subscribe and comment to our channel for daily updates. The Supreme Court takes a stand. The ruling made one thing clear: Donald Trump violated due process rights. Even as president, he was not above the law. The court determined that one of Trump's most significant actions failed to follow proper legal procedures, resulting in serious consequences for justice. This decision is a major statement. Not even a sitting president can bypass the rules and procedures designed to uphold justice. Violating due process isn't a minor misstep. It signals that presidential power cannot be exercised arbitrarily. This ruling doesn't just impact Trump. It sets a precedent for all future presidents. The decision underscores the fact that executive power must be exercised within legal boundaries and subject to oversight. But reaching this conclusion wasn't easy. The Supreme Court was deeply divided, reflecting the ongoing tension over how much power a president should have. Conservative justices like Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito argued that executive authority should remain protected and that legal constraints could weaken the presidency. Liberal justices countered that legal principles and the rights of the people must take precedence over unchecked presidential power. This division isn't just ideological. It highlights the broader struggle over the balance of power in the American legal system. What comes next? This ruling has far-reaching implications. With the Supreme Court affirming that a president's actions must adhere to legal limits, how will this affect future leaders? Will future presidents hesitate before making legally questionable decisions? Will this ruling embolden lawmakers and the courts to challenge executive overreach? Will Trump find new ways to push legal boundaries despite the setback? One thing is certain: this Supreme Court decision has reshaped the conversation about presidential authority in America. And with legal battles continuing to unfold, the fight over the rule of law is far from over. Presidential power under scrutiny, a historic Supreme Court ruling. For the first time in history, a Supreme Court ruling has placed clear limitations on presidential authority, making it evident that future leaders will face stricter oversight. This decision sets a crucial precedent, ensuring that no president can act without legal accountability. If upheld in the future, it will reinforce transparency, prevent unchecked power, and uphold justice in governance. This ruling is a major victory for the rule of law, a fundamental pillar of any democratic society. No leader, no matter how powerful, should be above legal scrutiny. The decision affirms that even the highest office in the country is bound by legal principles, preserving both democracy and justice. Undoubtedly, this ruling will leave a lasting mark on American history. But will it truly redefine presidential power and the balance of authority? Only time will tell. What is clear, however, is that future presidents will no longer be able to consider themselves immune from legal accountability, a significant shift that could strengthen both democracy and the legal system. As this legal battle continues, many are watching closely to see if this ruling will usher in a new era of presidential limitations or further solidify the judiciary's role in upholding democracy. Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe now.